Hello, today we're going to be talking about, for our drip irrigation design, hydrozones. Now, what is a hydrozone? A hydrozone is the grouping of similar water use plants together throughout our design, so we can have our 90% efficiency for our design. So we're going to turn to our landscape architect design, and we're going to draw in our landscape beds. We're going to take a look at some documentation and determine what our water usage is. Typically it's listed as low, medium, or high. And so let's turn to this design and get started on our hydrozones. As we take just a real quick peek at our general architect design here, we have our building and some parking structures. We've got landscape beds spread throughout. So let's get started here. We're just going to identify our landscape beds, make sure we got the whole picture when we're taking a look at this. So there's around the building. Here's some beds that we've got associated with our parking lots. Real quick here. Okay, there's one parking lot here, number 2. Okay, there is all of our landscape beds. Now, what we can do is, at this point in time, start looking at some documentation and our plants list to find out if we have low, medium, or high water use. So in the great state of California, we have a WUCLOS documentation, water use classification of landscape species. We open it up, and a typical documentation will show our different botanical names, common names, and then throughout the different regions, if it's low, medium, or high. If you're not in the state of California, there are plenty of documentation that's available to you through different ag departments. Go to the library, look for some water use documentation that's available for your area. Start with perhaps at your nurserymen or your local landscape contractors. So as we turn back to our design and we take a look at our water use documentations, we see here that around the building our landscape architect has grouped for efficiency medium use plants around our building, and then in our outlying parking areas, these are all low usage areas. So what we have determined in our hydrozone layout is that the parking lots are, this hydrozone is low usage, and around the building is medium usage. So today's lesson on hydrozones shows us that we can determine for efficiency how we can group our similar water use plants together on our individual sprinkler zones to make sure we keep our efficiency up, and guess what? We're going to have better landscaping. Talk to you next time on our next lesson. We're going to move from hydrozones into actually designing our irrigation system. See you next lesson.